What's going on YouTube? Trucking in life here one more time, guys. Guys and gals and gals and gals. Yeah. You guys can see your boy sending some major traffic. This traffic, man, I don't care what time of day you come this way, it's always jacked up. It's come about 3, 4 in the morning, then ain't anybody out here, but this stuff always messed up. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the point of the video, guys. It's gonna be a road view. It's a message to dispatchers. I understand there's some real good dispatchers out there, and I understand there's some not so great dispatchers out there. I also understand there's some dispatchers kind of in the middle, depending on what day of the week it is. I'm gonna tell myself like this. I think a lot of dispatchers who are kind of in the middle or on the scumbag side, they gotta think beyond their nose. I know they gotta get loads moved and I know they gotta get all that stuff done, but all you gotta do is burn a good driver a couple times and I guarantee you, you won't get that guy to do nothing else for you without some very scrupulous details and telling the work he gotta do or she gotta do before she able to do it or he able to do it. So anyway, the reason I'm saying this because, you know, and I blame myself for this. I had a run that went somewhere and let's just say I came after the customer closed. That was somewhere where I really didn't want to go, first of all. Right now I'm sitting in traffic paying tolls to sit in traffic. That's a double conundrum. Usually you want to pay tolls to get around traffic. But anyway, I'm sitting still in some freaking traffic right now. So same way I did that time as I'm doing right now, except I didn't get paid nothing for that run because I got there later. Then the customer stayed and it was gone by the time I got there. So I had to bring that load back. I missed the load coming back from the customer, but I had to take the load back to the city and sit in this stuff again. Eating more toll than traffic and then get paid nothing for it. Now the reason I say it's my fault, I should have asked that customer, because I was there a couple times before, what's the latest you guys stay open? And then before I left out, because I left out kind of late, I had stuff to care before I started my run, I should have asked the details of the hours of service. That way, when I knew I left at the time I left, I knew I wasn't gonna make it at the time. I wasn't even wasting my time coming up there. So the load and the runs will get done. Now the dispatcher, they could have had said, hey man, you gotta be there by this time. You're not there, they ain't gonna take the load, blah, 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 woo. But of course, they didn't say nothing. So I should have did my due diligence and said something. That's why I said it's my fault. That's one thing. Another thing too, especially if you're an owner operator and you're dealing with a dispatcher, that dispatcher got to do is screw you over one, maybe twice. I guarantee you get nothing else out of that, especially the owner operator. You get nothing else out of that guy or that person or that woman. Because it's costing them and you trying to get one load moved, trying to do some slick stuff, and you gonna mess around and lose out on other loads possibly being moved because nobody want to do it because your word ain't no good. Now, I also understand on the same token that sometimes dispatchers got to say some things to get certain loads moved. I get it, because they're under pressure too, I understand. But a lot of times you'll get a lot of stuff moved a lot better if you just honest and straightforward with the driver. Especially, like I say all the time, depending on the personality of the driver. Me, I'm the type, if you're transparent with me and I'm working with you, you working with me, we're working together, you know, it gotta make sense for both of us. It gotta make sense for both of us, but if it's something that I can kind of help out with, I will help out. So anyway, I did a load, and that load was supposed to have a second load, because if I do that one load by itself, it don't pay enough to do it by itself without me taking a loss, because I'm eating traffic like this right here, or tolls like I'm doing right now. But the one load doing it by itself ain't gonna work. I had to explain to the dispatcher at the time that you should not, as an owner operator, I cannot afford to do that. That don't make sense. I am losing all the way around. So after going back and forth, it didn't, you know, we came to, let's just say, a mutual agreement. I don't need those on mutual. It wasn't even a mutual agreement. We just came to an agreement to leave it alone because it wasn't going nowhere. But I I digress. So anyway, some time passed, right? The dispatcher gave me a load again, that same load that I told them that, hey, I don't know if this load is worth me doing because of the XYZ. They said, no, we got something to go with it. So they give you something else to go with it, right? You do the run, you get down on the end, you get halfway in the trip, and you make, no, you might make it to the customer. I made it to the customer at that time, and I'm dropping, and I'm doing what I gotta do there, and I'm headed back. All of a sudden, the load ain't available no more, you know? So now I'm thinking, I know that customer. They told me, I asked them a question, because I called that customer the cancel culture. I got tired of going there, and they kept telling me the load was not available, or was canceled, or it was terminated, or moved back, or whatever the case may be. So I asked the customer, hey, if y'all cancel loads, y'all get loads away, when do y'all find it out? They told me, oh, we know that first thing in the morning. I said, okay, that's cool, because I'm tired of coming here, and you guys are canceling these loads. I'm not finna keep wasting time. It don't make sense. Especially when you don't get a truck order not used or dry run. You know, sometimes you can fight over that stuff. In case you guys don't know what that is, I might put something on the screen explaining what a dry run is or a truck order not used. Right? You're supposed to get paid for that because you're on the operator. But anyway, so sometimes you don't fight over the small stuff like that because of the bigger picture. Like I said, when this customer, not this customer, but this tire company jacked up my kingpins on my truck, I couldn't afford over the kingpins being jacked up, but I get good deals on my tires for them because I've been using them for a while. So it's like, it's a trade-off, you know what I'm saying? Some things you gotta, you know, you kind of gotta like go here, go there with it, but you know, but you know, sometimes, you gotta risk the reward ratio. That's all I'm saying. Is it worth you going back and forth? Sometimes it's not. But I will say this. Dispatchers that do this, just know, guys, you guys will get a couple loads moved by doing it that way. But just know, there'll come a point in time where that driver will catch on to what you're doing, and they ain't going to do nothing for you because they feel like they're getting blindsided by you every chance you get, and they are losing. That's all I'm saying, dispatchers out there. If you're a good dispatcher, you kind of be transparent with your drivers. Shout out to you guys. You want dispatchers to go kind of scumbag your way through? Man, you already know what I'm gonna tell you, but I ain't gonna be nice on the video. But anyway, that's it for this video, though. Guys and gals, short, sweet video. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, holler at your boy, info@truckerlife.com. Help your girl get you where you need to be. Also, to the subscribe button while you're in here. Why not? This traffic easing up a little bit, so I feel a little bit better. But I'm still sitting in the thick of it, so can't get too happy too soon. Anyway, alright, YouTube. Hope this video is helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going around here. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace.